being a crusader? I don't think so.
Well, here we are again. Semper Community Series is beckoning, and we are in the middle of it, ready to go. My name is Chris, and well, at my side today is the wonderful, the real deal, the real Yami. Greetings, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. What about you?
Oh, I'm mighty fine, man. As per usual, when I'm here casting with you, man. And you're also
Good.
looking quite fine today. That's a great hammer you have there on your shoulder.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've been working pretty hard to get on this side, you know. It's been a grind, it's been glory, which has been verified. And I think we have two lovely teams today, which are fighting to prove themselves to be worthy of a hammer as glorious as mine.
Well, yeah, you might as well just leak the trophy at this point if there is any.
Yeah,
That means, well,
true.
as you heard, we have two fantastic teams today. It is Semper YesYes versus Hypnos today, which is quite special because yesterday and on Monday we had the champion division lashing out at each other. Two of the top teams have already showed shown that they have what it takes to be a commanding force. Both Super Shy and Semper Fusion taking their first victories over Anaconda and
Yes,
X-Rays.
totally.
But today we are looking at the division right below that. We're looking at the Challenger division. Remember, the Challenger division, it also consists mostly out of GM to High Masters teams, which are fighting to get a spot in the champion division or at least in the playoffs to claim victory and have a shot at the €200 prize pool we have in this tournament.
Exactly. And as you said, today we are looking at the Challenger division. That means the teams in this division are fighting for their spots in the playoffs, as it is in every other division. But the teams in this division, the winner of the playoffs at least, is gonna advance into the champion division and gets a chance to fight for the prize pool.
Yes, sir. So this is why this division is also quite interesting, even though rank-wise they are a little bit like we're really talking about very little margins below the champion division. But you know, sometimes there are those miraculous teams who come out on top and suddenly they flip the entire tournament around um because they start
Earning.
absolutely showing off. Yeah.
Exactly. So today we might see one of those teams, like heating up, getting ready, to have a chance on the trophy, as you said earlier. And I think we could start by introducing the teams we are featuring today. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look at the rosters. We're going to start with Hypnos, though, first, the second team here. The honor's
Yes,
all yours,
sir.
man.
All right. Starting with Hypnos, a team currently around 4.3k scrimming. Two of the players of your daily roster are actually besties which have been running the team since 2020. Those are Saint and Dobbin. As you see on your screens, Saint being the tank of the team, with a DPS line being followed up by by Dobbin and Luft. And on the support line, we have got Aqua and Yide, a team which is playing well coordinated, as I have heard, and which is based on some pretty good synergy. So I'm stoked to see what they have got in cover today to prove and maybe to take Semper YesYes not only to the first match of the tourney, but maybe also to the first lose. I guess they're counting on that.
Sir, remember this is the first round for these teams, so it's not gonna be an easy feat. And Hypnos seems to be a very charismatic team. If they say they have been running together, well, at least the core team since 2020, I find this very admirable because usually you have teams that
Yeah,
just split up and never really talk to each other again, just run across in some tournaments. And it's great to see that this team has maybe what it takes to have built that synergy, as you just said. Sometimes you just need the time to really develop a certain common strategy, a common ground that everybody is agreeing on. And also
exactly.
the communication style is so different when you have a team that is extremely cohesive. When this team has been practicing so long together, there are certain things that you only would know if you would be part of this team. I've seen it once in Overwatch League where there was a team that has practiced so many times together that they didn't even communicate at all. They just knew what everybody was doing. It was a very scary sight. You see a full blown team fight, but you don't hear a single word in the comms. And then suddenly, after the team fight concluded and they have won, they say, "Good job." Just like it's the easiest thing ever. But let's take a look at the team on the opposing side, which is going to be Semper. YesYes. So, quite interesting team. We have spoken to the manager of this team, Ryuma. Greetings go out to you, my man. And this team is very special because it comes from the AVO, which is the highest Overwatch league in France. So it is almost an entire French speaking roster. Four of the players are from France. And they made it to place 64 in the OWCS, which is quite tremendous to say that you have
Yes,
made it
sir.
far into the top 100, which proves already, okay, you definitely have some talent on the roster and you have shown that you can do it. So on the DPS, we have Fighter and Skiz, we have Mapsy on the tank, and Splay and Mojon are going to be the supports for this. Quite an interesting roster. Lots of GMs here. The tank also of choice is going to be Doomfist. Let's see if we're going to see a lot of Doomfist. There's some teams still running him, even though he's a very hard tank just in general to play. But sometimes you have these specialists, like those people who have
Exactly, yeah.
the certain something to make this hero work. So I'm really thrilled to see that. And the other talent, of course, they are going to work around that Doomfist. Lots of flexibility definitely on this roster, and they definitely have an interesting position, I would say. They also didn't have an org before they came to Semper. They haven't been at Semper very long, so of course it's an interesting pressure for them to also see them perform under the Semper name. And we're very curious to see what this roster can bring onto the pitch today.
Exactly. I'm very stoked to see both of the teams today competing. Um, as I said yesterday, I'm hoping for a close matchup, hoping that it is not gonna be such a steamroll as we have seen between Super Shy and Anaconda. We'll see. I hope both of the teams are well prepared for today, since we are not exactly on the top of the crown as we have been yesterday. I'm hoping for much of, or at least some more diversity in terms of the comps. Maybe, as you said, some kind of Doomfist, some kind of dive, something to switch it up so we get a little bit of fresh air. We'll see. What are you thinking?
Mm. What am I thinking, really? I mean, if they opt to go the Doomfist, there's no way we won't see any dive. I mean, at
Yeah,
least they will try to roll out on that and see what happens, and after that, they might have to do some swaps. I'm not sure if we are looking at an OTP team or not. OTP teams, they are usually hit or miss. Sometimes you have teams that completely run it down mid, like the Namikuchi brothers. If those if
yeah,
those of you are
exactly.
watching OWCS in Japan, this team has definitely played themselves into the hearts of the watchers. And, well, the thing is, a lot is determined by the map of choice. So let's talk about the map pool. We have it right here
Exactly.
for you. Gonna start on control. It's gonna be Antarctic Peninsula all around, which is usually known to be more of a brawl map, but there are some situations where you can definitely play some dive into. For example, in sub-level, you have this high ground that you can control with a pillar in the middle. It's just such a good ground to also whip out the Doomfist and just punch people off the high ground, control the high grounds, force them on the point into the open. It's exactly what you play for. But on the next maps, we have both Hybrid and Escort. What do you think about that? Also, regarding that we might see a Doomfist composition.
Yeah, like if we think about the matchup we have been seeing yesterday, for example, which has been played out on Midtown, it is a map where the Ramatra comps, like those brawly rush comps, also work very well. Like you can execute pretty good, especially on the first and second point. You're pretty good at forcing the point and taking space. The other two maps being Blizzard World and King's Row. I mean, I think I don't have to talk a lot about King's Row. Like, just the brawl map. Hoping for some Rhine, maybe. I guess we're not gonna see it today. Just some kind of a sleeper pick because not quite viable if you think about the other tanks being the options right now. And as I said, Blizzard World, the third option of control, I'm saying hybrid. More of an open space map, pretty long sidelines. Poke comps are pretty viable on here. So yeah, I guess that might be the place where we see some switch of our comps. We might see some Sig, might see some Orisa, we'll see. And on hybrid, that's the kind of map style. If we get to a map 3, remember it's a first to 2, that's where things might get spicy. We have Route 66, for example, which could have been the map to bring out the Doom, get in some spicy dives. I would most certainly like that. And featuring Shambali and Circuit Royal. So 2 more of those poke style maps where we might see Sig. What do you think? What maps would you like to see today?
Oh, I mean, if we have two teams that really like the dive, as far as I've seen now in the caster sheet, actually Hypnos also has a certain nick towards Winston. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more dive heavy maps that just have a dive versus dive battle with 2 different versions of it, with the Winston against the Doomfist dive. They play kind of similarly, but of course with the Doomfist you have more disruption potential, you have more chaos potential, I'd say, except um, well, in comparison to a Winston who just jumps in, contests space very thoroughly, and you have to follow up on that. Instead, you have the Doomfist flying around everywhere. I would definitely opt for some dive maps. I would be surprised if we would get away from dive maps, but at the same time, there are some teams that realize, okay, our dive is definitely inferior, so let's take it to a map where dive isn't that great of an option, and we see how the brawl battle goes. That's also something that teams have done. We'll see how the preference is. I would say these are the 2 options. Either we see dive versus dive and a lot of clashes on very dive heavy maps, or we see one team just completely flipping the table and say, you know what,
Yeah.
heck this, we're gonna whip out the ball or the poke and just try to force the enemy off their dive composition, which is superior to ours, and see if they can beat us on a different comp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess both teams seem to get ready in a moment. Sorry for all the delay for all the people watching right now. There have been some technical issues on some of the team members, but I guess we should be able to start the matchup in a few seconds.
Just waiting, ready to go. We're really roaring. We want to see some Overwatch right now. We have been talking
Yes, sir.
just out of thin air, just trying to analyze the game. But as we can right now hear, it is time for Antarctic Peninsula. Kind of fitting, to the weather we have in Germany. Well, it's not that snowy, but it is quite cold, at least at the side where I'm living at. So there's that. We're going to start as well on laps. And we will see in a few seconds what the teams might go on to for compositions.
Yeah, as I said, Antarctic, pretty much of a brawly close range map. So I'm expecting some kind of brawly more of a rush type style of comps, and we're seeing some kind of a Orisa rush coming out from YesYes, and Hypnos is running the Doom, I guess.
Yeah, it is actually Semper YesYes who is in red right now, as far as I am concerned. So Hypnos is actually not gonna opt for any fast composition. Instead, they go the Orisa, which seems to be, well, the best tank right now, because it is so nice to control how an Orisa actually lives, because she has so many cooldowns that just keep her alive, and in this very damage-heavy meta, it's good to have the Orisa, and also a good disruption tool against Doom, because you have to be so careful. You see a little bit of a Tracer battle here on the off angle. They try to be very aggressive, try to take the coast side here. It's kind of split how these teams are going right now, just finding out where to go. That is a good Suzuki, but Yike falls very low, and 6/4 is just there to finish off the kill. I'm terrified who exactly that is. He has to recall here as he takes a lot of damage. But at first, at least they have a numbers advantage right now going on for Semper YesYes, and that should be even worse now with Dobbin in the coffin. And with the team of Hypnos slowly destabilizing and the point percentage. The first ones, they go to Semper YesYes.
Exactly, YesYes playing it out very well, playing for the momentum, for isolated targets, just following it up, and getting the picks, getting the stabilize, and fighting over long term. Very well done.
And argue with that. Even the Orisa, even though she is a tank that is very sturdy and very hard to kill, also very relentless on the Doomfist, you can just ignore her and try to force out some cooldowns. Just dive the backline. You really make sure that she's getting overwhelmed. That is the weakness of the Orisa right now. Again, momentum shows towards that team. Semper YesYes, 6'4" with a 2-piece here for Dequa and Luftwaffe. But Domin at least is able to get S-Play, but doesn't matter as now Saint is dead, and without the front line being able to survive. Well, there's a little bit of a stagger as well onto Yite. Very smart play. And, well, that's the second team fight gone.
Yeah, 6'4" has been cooking, I'm gonna tell you that. As I said, the Orisa comp, more of a brawly and rush style of comp. It is excelling as Orisa is grabbing most of the attention of the opponents, which has not been working out so far. The Orisa needs to be like the anchor point of the team, needs to get the attention of at least 3 to 4 players, so the rest of the team is getting value, and it's not just been working quite well.
That is a great pulse from the Asplay without the Luther. There's also not the beats there available. They have to commit the Kitsune Rush to make sure that they stay alive here. They can contest the point for a little bit of counter. Kitsune Rush will come out though from Hypnos, and now 6'4" aiming for the target with the overclock. Doesn't get quite a kill, but stays up so low the Cowboy can't finish it off, and now there's going to be the beats now from both teams just to stall a little bit. But overclock is ready for Luftwaffe, and he knows it's gonna go in. 6'4" is there for the kill, and good punch also from the roof to Semper YesYes, absolutely rolling out the red carpet, and it seems like it's only a matter of time until this point is gonna be for the taking for them. Saints are also gonna get the punch in the face. That push will actually gets eaten as well, but it's nothing but a little bit of result cosmetic. Fantastic start for Semper YesYes.
Exactly. You're speaking nothing but facts right now. A pretty dominant showing of YesYes. I don't know, Hypnos seems to not have heated up yet. Seems like they might not be warmed up yet, but as we know, first map is, I don't know, maybe the ground set for the warm-up. So, as we are heading to Icebreaker, the second part of Antarctic, maybe they're gonna be heating up and maybe be getting back on track. I'm hoping for it.
We definitely see that Hypnos has opted to go onto a different comp. We see now more speed. We have the Winston out for Saint.
Yes, sir.
Bit more speed in that. Let's see how they fare with that. As the Winston, of course, what do you really dive for? I guess your best dive target is really a Sojourn without her dash cooldown. That's something you have to force out, especially when you send the Tracer on it and then you have the Winston go in. So you have to play something like a tag team partner game here.
Exactly. Like, if you're opting for the Winston for the monkey right here, you're trying either to get onto Sojourn or on Lucio to force the cooldowns of the enemy Kiriko to win the fight based on resources, but it's not been working out quite well so far.
Absolutely not. The DPS are just carrying this game so hard. Skiz and 6'4", who, by the way, is Fighter. We have been having a different caster sheet there, but their in-game names are a little bit different. So Cowboy, for example, it's not Cowboy, that is... Give me a moment, I got you. It's Mojon that we saw earlier on the lineup, and 6'4", that is Fighter for you. So, first point percentage again for Semper YesYes. Both Skiz and 6'4", they are just everywhere on the map, and they are clicking the heads as they should. Sojourn still such a great character to play, even after undergoing many changes and many changing metas as well. Oh, Dominic looks so weak, and Skiz sees the blood and water's gonna get the kill here onto the Tracer. Suzu's out as well for Yite, who has the fear for his life. They try to chase down the target. Such a big survival from them, but they try to push bomb. At least gonna be invested, but not getting out anything. Doesn't matter though, as the corpses, they just fly around. And no chance for Hypnos to get a footing in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, YesYes looking very clean, very good execution of their dives, of their kind of rushy style, and look at this setup. Look at this setup! The Doomfist just getting into the backline and grabbing all of the attention while the rest of the team is just following up.
On camming this with the Kitsune Rush, Sane trying his hardest to stay alive here on that Prime Rage. Maybe make some space, but it doesn't matter. Post bomb attempt from Dobbin is not, it's absolutely not successful. Instead, 6'4" just rips him apart with that railgun shot to the chest. Mapsy from the side looking for a target, doesn't find it, and now it's gonna be a dire straight situation for the team of Hypnos, who even have to touch the point very soon. 94% and counting. And you see that Semper YesYes, they know about it. They fall back to the point. Goblin gets into position to touch. It's just gonna get the overtime ready. Overtime is also gonna be used here by 6'4".
They have a huge advantage.
Yeah, they do, and Luftwaffe though will at least trade out SP, which is a huge kill, but it doesn't matter, the damage still keeps coming in. That is a fancy shot from Luftwaffe, but what else can he do? Absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, the post bomb, okay, doesn't stick, but doesn't matter at all. It will still get the job done, and Semper YesYes with an absolutely dominant performance. There's nothing to say here. Wow, they definitely set the tone here, and I'm not sure about Hypnos.
Yeah. That was definitely a clean sweep coming up from YesYes, as we see the Podgy coming out from 6'4" right here. And that was definitely one hell of a map for him.
100%. The MVP basically here for the team of Semper YesYes, but we have to say, he didn't just solo carry, alright? This entire team was on such a great fleek right now. They have been performing tremendously on the Antarctic Peninsula. Scarily, we also have to say. Even the comp swap for Hypnos didn't work out at all. We saw the Orisa comp earlier on Labs, didn't work, even though Orisa is generally speaking a good pick into Doomfist. Didn't work at all because you just could work around it, and your DPS had so much pressure that the Orisa couldn't really work with it. And even the Winston swap, what really are you gonna achieve with that? You need a dive target. But Semper YesYes was so hard to catch that there wasn't really anything you could jump.
Exactly. Like, Hypnos just seemed to not have the setup to execute the dive. They have had the plan for to adapt, to get a foot back into the door that Semper YesYes has just been crushing open. But it did not work so far. Hopefully they are gonna get well, how should I phrase it? A better start on the next map. Which I got the information is going to be Blizzard World.
Yes, sir. And it's the map pick of, well, the loser, which is in this case Hypnos, who might feel just more comfortable on it. I mean, we have seen them trying out the Winston, which didn't work out. Maybe it is really not the map favoring them. Doomfist is, I would say, a little bit easier to play in Antarctic Peninsula because he's a better brawler than Winston is. So maybe they look for that. Maybe they don't even play Winston at all. We have seen also some poke compositions coming out from some teams. So maybe they try that. Maybe they run a Sigma comp, which also is a little bit awkward to play as a Doomfist because you have to dodge the rocks so much. We'll see what really is the thought behind it. A little correction though, because I said it I did a little mistake earlier. That is not Fighter on 6'4". That is actually Nunu. That is their sixth player. They have another DPS coming in for them, who is part of the roster. And, well, he just came in here in clutch and definitely left a mark on this game.
Definitely. Yeah, he's been popping off. Let's see. If he can do it again on map 2, as you said, maybe we're gonna see some sick. I would be down for that, not gonna lie. Always love me some Sigma gameplay. Hitting some rocks, seeing some nice fluxes, always. It is always something you gotta look out for. Well, let's see what the teams have in stock for us. It's gonna be a treat, most likely.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Semper, yes. Their form so far has been spectacular, I have to say. And I mean, with the momentum they have, it might be a little bit surprising if Hypnos really turns it around. But you never know, right? You never know. Maybe it just wasn't their map. Maybe they just had to adjust to the enemy and just notice, all right, we need more than a map. We just got rolled. You know, everything is possible. It is Overwatch after all. So, let's see what else they have left in their tank. They definitely have to deliver now, because remember, this is a first to 2. So in case Semper YesYes walks away with the victory here on Blizzard World, they will take the entire series home. 2-0 as well, like a clean sweep. That's of course something you want on the record. And even though this is first to 2, remember, we are playing hybrid, so a draw is a possibility. It would be funny to see a map 4, but for that, they have to deliver. And would you look at that, indeed, Hypnos is going on the pole composition. It is going to be the Sigma and a Torbjorn, out of all things.
Yes, sir. We see the top. I'm hoping for some hammer kills as I see that. Probably not gonna happen, still would be stoked. Some kind of a anti-dive style, which Hypnos are opting for now. Well, it might work. The TP Widow, maybe? No, alright. Didn't work out as well. So Semper YesYes are trying to set up to get behind the enemy lines. Oh.
Shot here, 6-4, just barely misses Luftwaffe in that case. Could have been much worse, but needs to get out because the Sigma Hyperspheres could get the kill, but 6'4" is aware it's gonna get out. Now, of course, you're gonna set up on this high ground. Good coach gun. 6'4" though with the kill of the Yike, and that is not what you like to see. They now have access to the high ground. Look at them fly. 2 kills already secured for Semper YesYes. 6'4". Oh, yeah! Headshot out to Darwin. Also takes off the head of Equa as well. That is again the Semper YesYes dominance we have been expecting, and we see an immediate swap of composition over on the other side of Hypnos. They also want to go the Winston dive with a little difference, with Luftwaffe now on the Echo and 6'4", still keeping the Widowmaker.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Hypnos not seeming to warm up yet, but I'm gonna tell you who is warmed up. It is Nunu, because he has been cooking so far.
Oh yes, what a shot that was. I hope we have that in the highlight.
Yeah.
I hope we caught that one. That is a fancy one to look at. It was the Tracer duel. Also got concluded here. Skiz gonna get the kill onto Darwin. So a lot of firepower already gone, which means 6'4" has a little bit more space to roam. You don't have to fear the Tracer anymore. Equa though gets Skiz. Might be a little bit of an issue, but that's a lot of damage. The Echo, what are these shots, man? 6'4's not even missing a single bullet, I tell ya.
Oh. There, he missed. All good, all good. He's not cheating, we confirmed it.
Just as I say it. Now that's a kind of a different cast of curse. Both losers there with a kill, but of course the one of S-Play is going to be more valuable with Saint being dead. So your tank is gone, which means a lot of space-making capability is just not there right now for Hypnos, and they have to wait. Should be able to get a recontest here, but there are some ultimates coming up. Pulse bomb, of course, for Skiz is an option. Look at that, Yait. Just wait it out the Suze before he really goes in.
I mean, Hypnos are close to 5 here, to 5 ultimates, but they have to invest so heavily to just keep on contesting the point. It's kind of a desperation coming out from them now.
Still, Dobbin was able to get the 4 the Echo dead in, and of course they need to be sure that they don't deny, but even with this heavy investment of 3 ultimates, it does not matter. It seems like They still have control of this point. Semper, YesYes, they have used a lot themselves. Saint is also going to commit his primal rage into that, trying to get his team back into the fight, but he's dropping so very low. And with all that damage coming in, there's just no chance for the Winston to survive, to contest the point, and thus the second point is capped with quite a time bank, almost 5 minutes to work with in Semper, YesYes. They are not slowing down in the slightest.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the primal right here. Like, you got to force out a lot of ults of Semper, YesYes as well, and then you just overcommit with primal. I mean, if you want to switch off the comp and adapt, that would be an option, but in this case, you just gave up your ult advantage. That's kind of frustrating, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, still on this Widow, by the way, on point C, not what you see a lot. Saint also goes a little bit deep. Kitsune Rush out on both teams, so there's going to be a lot of chaos. But yeah, just falls again solo. They know it's a target. Luftwaffe gets 6'4", but it doesn't matter. It's just a little sacrificial lamp. But Dobbin is popping off right now, gets the kill onto Esprit, but is not quite in the position to get the kill onto Mapsy just yet. But now they are able to still. There is the card under control of Semper, YesYes, but at least that looked like a team fight that Hypnos at least made very expensive for the likes of Semper, YesYes.
Yeah, but still, YesYes close to 4 ults again. Like, they have not lost a single fight so far on their offense, and Nunu is just cooking. Oh, he's been on fire so far.
Can they even touch the point? They should be able to touch it once, but they are so scattered. It's going to be so hard for the beat comes in just in time to keep Dobbin alive, but also there's going to be the counter beat. 6'4", looking for a different position, looking for some heads to click. Is at least going to force the recall here out of the Tracer, looking for the kill on Zeus Equa. It's not going to hit the
Get away,
yet.
get the kill.
There you go, and now there's nobody on point though, because they get juggled off by Mapsy. And yet again, another dominant performance of Semper, YesYes. That train is rolling and it hasn't stopped even at one station. 3 minutes and 16 seconds still. I barely felt like Hypnos is getting a footing here. I didn't even see really the card stopping too much. It is absolute insanity at this point.
Exactly, like Hypnos has been contesting the cup, but they have not been winning fights at all. It's definitely kind of tough for them right now. I'm gonna be honest, I was questioning the Widow pick quite hard, because I think especially as Hypnos can just adjust to any kind of dive comp, it is gonna be very hard to get some value out of it. But Nunu has not been contested at all. Like, he's just been playing Kovacs in the backline. And I mean, we saw what he can do if he's just getting this phase. That was some kind of a massacre, I'm not gonna lie.
They were all scared of 6'4". Usually you would send Dobbin onto that position to get onto the Widow as the Tracer, but we have to say that Skizz has been doing such a tremendous job at marking that Trace, at wooing the duels, making sure that 6'4" has all the space to maneuver and take those shots that he has been taking off heads.
Exactly. Like Mapsy and Skizz, as you said, sorry for interrupting, they have been making a lot of space for Nunu to make those plays. They've just taken so much attention.
The positioning as well. Look how aggressive this is. This is not how you usually would play the Widow, but you're so uncontested, so confident as well that you can just stand there and take the shots and just rely on your teammates to keep you alive whenever. Now it's going to be the high ground. Now good timing there. Gets away from Dobbin, who immediately has to recall once Skizz came in with that clip unloaded into his body. But Dobbin again, look at that chase. Dobbin has to run around the entire map because Skizz just keeps him away, which also means that, well, 6'4" is uncontested right now. They flip the map, by the way. Now they go onto the high ground. Good access there, and that is usually go time. Luftwaffe though, trying get the kill here, is not gonna get that done though. Hypnos, I really like how they're playing though. This rotation really made sense, and now they have the first kill, and there's gonna be the second right here. This should be first point actually kept for them, but Skizz has something against it.
Yeah, I mean, Hypnos desperately need this point to get any kind of I don't know, some kind of a mental advantage, or at least to get mentally even, to get somehow back into the map. As you said, 3 minutes 16 as you finished on a map which is so hard to finish.
Now they come back for the recontest. They give just enough space for to regroup, which is so smart of them as well. So they have the point control against 6'4", by the way. Swapped off the Widow, is back on the castle. He also got the kill on the Luftwaffe, who is coming back right now. There's again recall force of Dobbin. Skiz is just diffing so hard and sees Equal out of position very low. Oh, but look at that. That is a big stick from Luftwaffe, so at least you get that kill out. A lot more space to maneuver, and you can see the aggression immediately once the trace is gone. Cowboy is under such a predicament. That's going to be the copy, actually. But in the meantime, the kills, they still keep coming in for the likes of Semper. YesYes, so the recontest was absolutely successful. Look at that. They eventually lost the team fight.
I mean, look at that, and they just needed to use 2 ults as much as Hypnos invested, so that was very well played by YesYes. They've just been playing very disciplined, giving up those 2 takes very much better than giving up the whole point, and they managed to clutch it out.
Bad for Hypnos. How can they recover from this? They need another hero player. It's going to be the post-bomb attempt, but everybody just dodges away. Luftwaffe, though, gets the kill onto Mapsy. That is fantastic. Winston gone now, but 6'4" is in a fantastic position to poke everybody. Now he's finally getting contested. That was a little bit too long for YesYes, but still, at least he didn't get a kill. So that should be the first point finally capped, but it took them quite the effort to do so.
Exactly. Like, they needed about 3 minutes, I think, to cap the first point. It was definitely a lot more than Semper YesYes needed, so that means it's gonna be tough to get a time bank nearly as good as theirs. So still, I think Hypnos is gonna be in desperation mode. They need to clutch a few more fights to make it happen, to stay alive.
And not just cap, but also with time, ideally. You want to keep this map as winnable as possible. Otherwise, you have to hope for a draw with a 3-minute hold. That's usually something that's very tough to do, especially when you have such a confident team against you. Semper YesYes has been right now the favorite with their performance, we have to say. Hypnos still trying to gain some ground, but they've done definitely better here on Blizzard World. Still, it's going to be the Nano now on the map, so he goes deep. 6'4", interesting position for him. Maybe there's a high noon. No, you don't even need to. Everybody has already backed out. Don't need to pop it here. Look at that damage coming in. They're so scared right now. Hypnos.
Yeah, it is kind of tough. You get the trade here, so might be a winnable scenario, but looking quite tough.
Get this position from 6'4". He just doesn't care. He just walks in.
So much damage.
And that was a good
copy.
The copy is actually pretty nasty. Gets the kill onto Cowboy. Mapsy though in the meteor strike, looking for a target. Saint gets bullied here, but it has the primal available. Also, he receives the nano here. Big from Luftwaffe. We're still in that copy, but Skills is around, getting the kill onto Yite, which means you only are down to lose your heals, but should be fine for now if you can't keep up the press. But again, Dobbin definitely not liking the duels against Skills, but there you go. A little bit of a team shot necessary for that, and that means more breathing room for Hypnos. And we see another swap coming in. The next dive tank that's played by Mapsy. We are now on the Diva.
Yeah, Nuno going back to the Widowmaker. He is back at shooting. He just casually takes Dobbin's head off.
Wow, would you look at that. 6'4", man. Nuno, what are you doing? What is this? What a show of him right now. Again, uncontested. Skiz gets the kill onto Equa. Also, that little jump shot here. Yes, unfortunately, not a headshot, but still, it looked fancy, we have to say that. And again, now we're down to 60 seconds. Saint makes it still back alive, but that Diva swap definitely paying dividends as Maps is just going around murdering people in the backline.
Yeah, I mean, some kind of the issues YesYes have been facing was the aggressive echo coming up from Luftwaffe, which has not been getting any value against the Diva, so he had to swap and go onto the Genji, which might be a better option. Like, you get more burst damage going straight into the face of the Widowmaker. We'll see if it pays out.
They have to focus that, but also it's going to be walls active now, and that means everybody has information about the likes of Hypnos, the YesYes, Of course, he's ignoring the Winston as much as he can, but now the bubble comes out and they try to chase 6'4" down, and it's gonna be successful right now. But Mapsy going around Equa will get the kill on the Espresso, but YesYes will also fight to Dustin. They have to get onto the point as soon as possible, which is gonna happen right now with a B2 engaged as the tool of choice. Darwin again going into this duel. There's gonna be Mapsy though sending in the bomb, but they have to dodge it. But the Esplay now back on the point, which means the losers back. And look at the kill. Saint, Luftwaffe, all dead. 6'4" with another headshot out to Darwin. And now it is time to seal the deal. Semper YesYes takes the series home in an absolutely convincing 2-0 over Hypnos. What a team. As long as there was a dive playable, this team was absolutely insane. But also we have to highlight 6'4" for that performance on the hit scans, especially on the Widow.
Yeah, it has just been a shooting range for Nunu today. He has been popping off. Also, of course, thanks to his tank Mapsy and his DPS duo skills, who have been doing an excellent job at providing the space. Also, big shoutouts to Esplay and Cowboy, who have been providing the whole team with supports, keeping them alive, keeping them safe. Like, just a big shout out to YesYes for such an awesome team play today. Like, I can't say it otherwise.
Man, there's nothing to add for me. Like, you saw it here on the screen, guys. Everybody who's watching this, this is how Overwatch can look like. Semper, YesYes, that was absolutely fantastic. So, 2-0 means the series is over, but the stream is not over yet. We're gonna hop into a quick break, let's say. After we see the score, they see the scoreline again. Very dominant. They dropped actually the first point there, Semper YesYes to Hypnos, but the second point, no, they didn't get it at all. It was, again, quite the dominant performance. But yeah,
Definitely.
as said, we're gonna head into a short break and see if we can get some interviews for you. If not, we're gonna have a little concluding analysis, and yeah, see you in a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned.
Watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us, and we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun, could be soaked to the skin in the monsoon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey, and I don't need to speak a single word. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it, and I don't need to speak a single word. 'Cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding.
Hello, and welcome back from the little break we had after this tremendous match between Semper, YesYes, and Hypnos. And as promised, we have some voices for you called right here. We have at first Yite, just as a little reminder, Semper YesYes won this 2-0. So, of course, a special thank you to you, Yite, as the member of the losing team to still come into this interview and everybody lending their ears to you. So,
Exactly.
dear
Of
Yami,
course.
take it from here.
All right, yeah. As we know, it must have been some kind of a tough matchup today. How did you guys prepare, and what did you guys expect going into today's matchup?
Expectation was not really high. I'm gonna be honest. The
Right.
scrims have been really bad.
I see.
We've been trying to scrim, but we've had some problems with power outages and teams canceling on us, so it's been difficult. But
Oof.
yeah.
All right. Have you been scrimming Semper YesYes before, or
No.
Not
Those
at all.
guys they're quite a bit higher than us. We scrim 4-3, and I'm pretty sure those guys are 4-5 plus. But
yeah, I
yeah,
see.
it's good experience.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you guys think? Like, is there anything you can take away from today? Maybe anything else than good codes, like codes for the future voting sessions?
I think there's a lot to take from the scrim. Not just for me personally, but I think as a team, there's a couple mistakes we made that are easily fixed. But apart from that, I don't think there's that much really to take away. It's just a team thing, and I think if we work on it, we can definitely do better next time.
That sounds like a very healthy mindset. Is there anything you want to point out, especially from your team, which has been maybe working out quite well today? Like any specific player, maybe, or something of the opposing team who has been standing out from your POV?
I think the Soj player, I don't know if it was their hit scan, 6'4", played really well today.
Yeah.
Just in general, they played super well. They were on angles before we even thought about them. So big ups to them. I think that yeah, they definitely probably have a big shot in or a big chance to get first in this div. So yeah.
Yeah, probably. I
Big ups to
mean,
them.
they have been performing exceptionally well today. I think they have to show that they can keep up with the level they've shown today. What are your expectations and your plans for the future in the cup?
For sure, scrimming. We're gonna scrim a lot, try and fix the mistakes we made in today's match, and if possible, we're gonna try and get a couple games in. I mean, it's our first tournament as a team together, so I don't have
I see.
huge expectations, but yeah, for sure, try and do better next time and just get as good as we can.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Getting the experience in, growing as a team. That sounds very healthy. So I wanna say thank you already for getting into our channel to get some insights what's been going on in your team, and good luck for you at the rest of the tournament as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, no worries, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See
See
ya.
ya.
All right.
Oh well. And without further to go, we go into the next interview. Seems like.
Exactly. We've got
Hello.
S-Play from Semper YesYes, the winning team of today. Take it away,
Yes.
Chris.
Absolutely. So, welcome, S-Play. It has been quite the joy to watch you go through these games. What a dominant performance from you guys. Absolutely congratulations for this win. Well, how do you feel? How is the atmosphere in the team after this one?
I mean, it's always good. Like the ambiance of the team is always great, honestly. We're always having
Right.
fun, and well, I think that's the most important.
Yeah, very good. We could tell, like, your play style definitely shines through and shows us that you guys definitely know your way around Overwatch and you have a great cohesion. So tell us a little bit if you know about the team history just in the short term, because we heard you have recently joined Semper, right?
Yes, so well, I think we joined Semper, Semper like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And basically, I created this team with Mapsy for the first OWCS,
Mm,
and we decided to keep going. And well, joining an org is, I think, the best way to keep a stable environment, I guess.
definitely. Like, we are loving to have you.
Yeah, can't agree more. Org usually gives you structure and also takes away certain worries that you would have with coaching and with managing. And now you can just focus on playing Overwatch, getting better as a team, as players. And well, a warm welcome to you here at Semper,
Thank you.
first of all. And yeah, that was your first game today. I'm not sure if you have already looked at how the next games will be. But what are your feelings coming into the Challenger division, and how are your ambition to get up into Champion?
I mean, honestly, we feel like we definitely deserve the champion, well, cup or the champion.
Division.
How do you say that? Division, right?
Yeah.
And well, we'll just win everything and just rank up, I guess.
All right, good. So you basically just think from game to game and just see, but you're very confident, and that's very good.
Yeah, we're quite
Yeah.
confident on winning everything. Like at least all the games in our bracket.
Yeah. I
I gotta
mean,
try.
confidence is key, right?
Yeah, in those environments, absolutely. What also interests me, since you seem to be quite of an exotic team, are you gonna try to force the Doomfist wherever you can? Well, from
Um,
Mapsy?
Not really. It's just that
Okay.
we really enjoy Doomfist, and Maps is a really good Doomfist, so we can abuse it a bit, but we can play almost everything.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. We're definitely looking forward to your next matches and to finish off the interview. Any last words? Do you want to greet somebody? Do you want to point out somebody? Give us your last thoughts.
Not really. Thank you, Hypnos, for playing. Hope you guys learned something from it, and well, thanks to my team too. Thanks for casting too.
Oh.
Can't forget you guys.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you.
absolutely. It was fun. You're very welcome. We're doing this out of our passion, and we just love casting such competent teams like yours. And yeah, we're really happy to have you here at Semper. Happy to have you here at the SCS, and looking forward to the next games. So,
Thank you.
merci
Good luck.
beaucoup pour le jeu et bonne soirée.
De rien, bonne soirée.
All right, GG's. Good luck in the rest
GG's.
of the tournament. All right. So that was it for the interviews, you guys. Having some insights of our teams today. We're gonna head over to see some replays, some highlights of today. I think Chris, take it away.
Let's look at the first one,
sure
which
about
is
Hypnos.
the Pochi that we saw earlier on the Arctic
that was
Peninsula.
definitely a
Espe has
clean
already
sweep coming up from YesYes.
not
as
Espe,
we
sorry,
see
that was,
the Pochi coming
Guide who
out
already
from
called
6'4" right here.
6'4", just a very
And
capable
that
player, and we
was
see that in this
definitely
highlight.
one
Such
hell-
great
I'm not-
mechanics.
This team
So
was
hard to punish as well.
absolutely
It
insane,
was
but also we have to
absolutely
highlight
sick. And the next one
6'4"
from
for
Saint,
that
actually,
performance
Yeah.
Hypnos,
on the hit scans, especially on the Widow.
doing tremendously.
Yeah,
trying
it
his
has
hardest
just
to keep his
been
team
a
alive,
shooting
even though
range
he
for
wasn't
Nuno
able
today.
to. In
He has
the
been
end,
popping
still
off.
fantastic
Also,
performance
This team
from
was
him.
absolutely insane, but
And
also
just
we have to
overall very fun games. But you know, Semper, yes, they looked fantastic today. They're very confident. We heard them earlier how good the team atmosphere is, and we can't wait to see this team again in action. Absolutely thrilled to see them again on the server. And there's not much to say anymore. This was the end of this evening, the end of this series. And just from my side, thank you so much for watching. Greetings to everybody. Behind the scenes, Akiyami, who has been modding. We also have Turbo, who is producing today, my man. And Lars, the owner himself, today on the cameras for you, on the observing. And I would say the last words of the stream, they belong to you and just to you, Mr. Yami.
Thank you very much. I think we have been, I don't know, we have been pleased with some very good Overwatch gameplay today. Also with some nice insights into the thought process of our teams. Especially of Semper YesYes being very confident in making it into the Champions Division over the playoffs. I'm very much looking forward to this. They have been setting the stage quite high today. I'm quite interested if they can keep it that way. I want to thank everyone for watching and tuning in. As Chris already said, you guys are making this an unbelievable journey. And remember to follow Semper on Twitter, Twitch, Insta, and wherever, basically all social media. Remember to let some nice comments in the chat. Keep supporting the teams you want to support. And yeah, I think we're gonna meet again, probably at the next broadcast. Hype for some new gameplay, maybe some new faces we haven't casted yet. Yeah, I'm open for it. I'm very hyped, very stoked. Looking forward.
Absolutely. And on that note, see you guys next time. Bye bye.
GG's.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you